Now, as you go back, here's the sway.
Yeah.
A lot of sway. And then on this one, box it real quick. See how your pelvis stayed centered. I'll do it over here just to show the difference.
I don't know if you're good or Steve's good or both.
Here,
He's
look.
very good.
Right, look. See how there's no sway.
Wow. Can you take a screenshot of that, difference, Steve? Yeah. I want to talk to you today about Live View Golf. Now, you guys hear me say all the time that you need feedback when you're practicing. You need to know if you're actually doing what you're trying to do, and the best way to give yourself feedback ultimately is video. And not only is video the best way to give yourself feedback, but being able to see yourself simultaneously as you're doing a movement is the best form of video feedback. It's the best way I've seen to make changes in your swing and be able to correlate the differences between your feels and your reels. Live View is super easy to use and set up. Simply set it up behind or in front of you. You connect it with your iPad or phone, pop that on the ground. You can actually do your practice, see yourself as you're doing it, the best way to expedite your process. I encourage you guys to check out Live View Golf. We'll put a link in the description down below with a coupon code. Hey guys, so I'm out here with Steve Saraki out at the Bethlehem Golf Club. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. We are doing a lesson format, and I just went down the range. We randomly picked a local golfer off the range to come down to do a little 15-20 minute lesson. So hopefully you guys enjoy this, you'll learn something. Leave a comment down below with what you thought about the video.
Perfect. Maybe it's not. Okay. Yeah, keep going.
Could have definitely brought a jacket with me today.
I still have my wool hat in my car.
Yeah, it is that.
Let me just make sure I got
So Tony, with your irons, what are the normal issues? Fat, thin, left, right?
I just can't get distance, but that's my age.
Got it. Do you?
Other than other things you can observe, as you obviously you're a pro at this, right?
Right. That's
So
what they
you
tell
can
me.
see things and tell me I'm screwing up.
Sure.
Typically, like on my 7, I'm lucky I get 130.
Okay, 130 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you tend to pull any left, curve any right?
And with the irons, not as much.
Okay.
Mostly with the irons, I think I'm pretty fair straight.
And then with the driver?
The driver is all over.
Okay. Okay.
The hybrid, I have my hybrid there. Yeah, I slice them a little bit.
Yep.
Maybe some slices, maybe some pulls left.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Let's do 2 more, yeah?
Yeah, I got what I need.
So what do you see on that you're going to start with?
No sway and keep his arms down more.
Okay.
Yep. And you hit behind a couple every now and then, right? Yeah.
So, Steve, what do you see in here as like
Where
main priorities for us?
Where to start? Oh, here, Tony, let's take a look at it. All right, so on the backswing, there was too much, well, first off with the setup, your feet are too in, your knees are too in, it's too narrow. That's the first part of like no hip turn. And when you swing back, you have too much sway to the right in your pelvis, and your head would like raise up from the front. That's why the bottom of the swing would be behind the ball. And then from the down the line view, as you did that, your hands and arms would lift up, and that's the beginning of the slicing, the over the top, not enough distance, and the drivers and the long clubs going too low. The good would be widen the stance, flare the feet and the knees, and then on the backswing, it's to you, Tony, it's going to feel like you really move your hips forward to the left, and we're just trying to make him stay centered, no sway, so he stays centered. And then as he's doing that from down the line, we'll probably put a shaft here to keep your arms a little bit lower, and that's going to help stop the over the top.
Perfect. So like when you go in there, if we drew those lines by your hips, the idea would be your right hip wouldn't go to the right of that.
You're just trying to keep your hips centered, no sway.
But widen the stance.
Yes, that's going to make it easier.
Come on in, let's hit some.
We're a little bit open like that. That's fine.
That's going to make it easier to turn more. You turning your foot in, you turning your feet and your knees in, that's like putting yourself in a cast. You can't turn much doing that. So I'd widen the stance more, keep going, and flare your feet out a couple more degrees. That's good. Now when you swing back, as you go back, do your backswing, you're going to feel like your hips move forward to the left as you go back. Oh. That's pretty good actually for one ball.
One ball lesson.
Yeah. Do that one more time. Not quite ready for you to hit. Yeah. No ball. No ball on this one. Wasn't quite ready.
And I think for this part too, Tony, and correct me if I'm wrong, Steve, for someone who maybe would watch this, the point is because your hips go too far to the right, you have to feel like they go this way too much.
Oh yeah.
Just to keep them
centered
within those lines.
Oh, he's gonna feel like he goes way forward.
So like when we'll show you on video, you're not gonna like go as far forward as it feels like, but you have to feel that much just to even stay in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So flare your feet a little bit more. Yep, there we go. Now as you go back, move your hips the most forward. There you go. Yep, keep going. Good, do it one more time. Okay. Do that one more time. Move your hips even more forward on the backswing. There we go. Did you see that one?
Yeah.
Watch this. There's the setup.
Oh, that's a side by side, or?
Yeah. See the feet?
Oh wow, even the shoulders and everything.
Right. Now, as you go back, here's the sway.
Yeah.
A lot of sway. And then on this one, box it in real quick. See how your pelvis stayed centered. I'll do it over here just to show the difference.
I don't know if you're good or Steve's good or both.
Here,
He's
look.
very good.
Right, look. See how there's no sway.
Wow.
Can you take a
Look
screenshot
at the
of that,
difference.
Steve?
Yeah.
All right, now let's keep doing that a few more. So as you go back and move your hips forward, yep, straighten your right leg a little bit, straighten it. Yeah, I'm gonna tilt you a little bit more.
Oh, okay. So
Keep going,
Yep.
keep going. And I'm just gonna
What are you
lower your
doing there,
arms
Steve?
A little bit. I'm tilting him down so he doesn't raise up.
Yep.
And I'm starting to lower his arm a little bit more.
Okay.
All right, that would be the top right there. All right, so let's do that again.
Let me get that out of your way there.
All right, so you're gonna go forward. Yep, keep straightening. Keep straightening. I'm just gonna tilt you a little
body,
bit. Right there, right
so
there.
for that hip and that leg, Steve and Tony, what's the point of that? So he can straighten his leg more to help the turning more?
Yes, and it keeps him a little bit more forward too.
So when you go back, if
that's
you
exactly right. That's exactly.
If you let
the
that
feel.
leg straighten a little bit more, that'll be a lot easier for you compared to keeping that knee too bent.
Okay.
Feel the difference between those two? Yeah.
And that's the part right there where you said in the beginning the lack of distance, and you made a comment about his age on that.
Yeah.
Well, flexibility is just.
Well, when you have your foot, I get that.
Part of it's also just moving incorrectly.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Well,
Right,
when you have your foot turned in that much and your knee, you can't turn your hips at all.
No, I can't.
Right. So
Steve, can you explain that to that down the line camera?
yeah. So when Tony had his setup, I'm exaggerating a little bit. He had both feet were turned in and it was too close. When you have your knee turned in and your foot turned in, you can't really turn your hips that much. No. So when I turn my foot out, my knee out, I can turn my hips much more degrees, and that'll make my swing longer to get more potential power. This will straighten, the leg will, straighten.
When I back up.
Yeah, you move to the left is what it feels like. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
See
it's
the difference on
way
that thing?
different during your backswing.
Yeah.
So like when you do that new version compared to your old version, that butt of the club is going to be able to travel a lot farther from the ball.
Okay.
From a power perspective, compared to you being way up here like this and shorter.
Going. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
See how good that one was?
So Tony, when you're doing that, what do you feel is happening?
I feel a lot of new muscles are being
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
I think I'm going to have more ability to
More power.
More power.
There's no doubt.
And when you're telling yourself to move, you're feeling your hips towards the target.
Yeah.
You're feeling the legs straightening.
Well, I feel actually more in control.
Yeah.
I agree.
Before
You're wobbling all around.
Well, by the time I'm finished, I'm like all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Where
All right.
I feel like I have a little more control.
Stability.
Yeah, stability.
Yeah.
Now, Steve, what would you say as he goes through in terms of like the thin hits?
Well,
Obviously you can't do 9 things at one time, right?
there's one part to that, and it's the rising up on his backswing. His
Right.
head still keeps rising up.
I
Right.
keep doing that.
Yeah. So when you
Instead of staying in.
go ahead, do your setup again. As you would go back,
Yeah.
your head's going to stay like right on this wall. So do that backswing one more time. So as your hips turn and move forward, your head's going to feel like it stays right against this club as you swing back. So
and
there's going to be.
where I lift it.
Yeah. So
right as I'm hitting here.
well, when you go back, the hips are better, but you still have some raising up with your head. Your head keeps rising up. That's the beginning of you getting farther from the ground and topping the ball.
Yeah, I would say, Tony, too, that lifting up for you happens on the backswing.
Yes.
Much more than like lifting up at impact.
And that could make it go slow.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So that like, yeah, I don't.
It's going like this.
So when you go back, let me borrow that, because I have the same issue you have, right? With like the head on the wall piece. If I'm set up to a ball, let's say for example, and my head being here puts the club head on the ground. If my head goes up and to the right 2 inches, right?
You lost it.
I'm done.
Yeah.
So for me to keep my head on the
He's
wall,
going to feel like he pushes against my hand.
and I feel my left shoulder, Tony, when I do that, is working down, and I feel like wildly lower.
Yeah, that you feel like you're getting
Way
lower.
lower. So it's like when the hips are turning, because I have a lot of the same things for you, as the hips are turning towards the target, my lead shoulder and my head actually feel like they're going a little bit down towards the ball, forward. It feels like that for me, just to keep my head on the wall that I started with, compared to you doing the up and to the right
And
piece.
sliding.
Yeah. Now, we can't do 20 things in 15 minutes, but I think as you go to
keep
practice,
practicing.
yeah, that head on the wall piece.
Can we do 2 balls on that real quick for Tony?
Yeah, sure.
So do the same thing we did with Eric with the practice for your setup. So you got your feet flared.
Yeah.
You're going to move your weight forward and keep your head right on this wall as you swing back. Just push right into it. Straighten your right leg a little bit more. There we go. That's a lot better. Yep, do that again. That was really nice.
Actually, yeah, I had better contact.
Hit the
Yeah.
ground, right?
Yeah.
Do that one more time.
And that only serves to reason, right, Tony? When you stay closer to the ground, it's going to be easier for you to hit it. What's that?
So on this ball, you're going to feel like you move your hips the most forward. I'm exaggerating. Move the hips the most forward, and it's going to feel like your left shoulder and your head go like the most down. That's what it's going to feel like. Just to keep you more centered as you do it. Got it.
Oh, that was way better.
Got it.
I got this line too. So watch your head compared to normal when you go back.
Wow.
You just kind of stay where you started, right? Whereas normally, I don't have the one. I don't know where we started. I don't have the first one, but that looks very good, right?
Yeah.
You know, it feels like
I look like I know what I'm doing.
exactly. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did enjoy it, please click that little gray thumbs up button down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Leave a comment down below. If you did like this, we're gonna put another similar video card on the screen. Go ahead and click that and watch that. We'll also put the logo to Cogorno Golf. Would love to coach you there.